guys, I just wanted to talk a minute about being careful about replying to people online. And there's some really pushy people on there. There was one guy, he kept wanting to come by my place. He says he likes to date older women. He's some kind of pool boy, or, he's like almost 40. He's getting ready to turn 40. But, so he's not like super young, but he's, younger than me, by a few years or so. But anyway, it was very annoying, and he wouldn't meet anywhere. Said he didn't even like to meet at pools because of his job. Um, so he was just trying to get somebody's home address, and I suppose there's that many lonely women out there of all ages, because I guess he goes for women, that are not just 40, 50, 60, whatever, and up. So, I'm having a birthday Sunday, but anyway, so, but anyway, I just wanted to talk about that a second, and how we need to be so careful with some of these people online. I'm going to have to order a new little part that goes on the stand. It finally kind of broke. I've got it kind of held together with different things. It broke about 3 or 4 months ago, but I used different things to hold it together, different kinds of bands and things. But anyway, and he's probably going after older women because we're pretty, well, we're not as wild and woolly as younger women, and actually we get hit on just as much as younger women do. But we've learned our lesson about these men that, high and by kind of guys. And, when I was in my 20s, I believed all their stories. They were going to marry me, and they were in love with me. And some of them were really, really good looking guys. Of course, I was, a lot younger then and everything. So, but in my 20s, and then you kind of learn your lesson, and then you get married and divorced, and engaged to someone that doesn't work out. I was engaged to another guy, but anyway, you kind of live and learn. You go through all these different experiences. But yeah, you've got to be careful with not just the celeb imposters, but there's catfishers, and there's also very persistent guys on these dating apps, but also just on the regular social media apps. They have like little divisions for dating through the different, main social media links, So anyway, I just thought I'd be, cautious about that. And you do have to be very careful, and younger people don't realize they need to be cautious. If they do fool around with somebody like that, they could catch something. Anyway, I was going to talk about, somehow I thought about that when I was going to talk to you about blue cheese, because blue cheese is a natural antibiotic. So, not that you could even catch something scary from somebody like that if you got involved with them and believed all their stuff. But also, I like the way it tastes, personally. Not all the time, but I like it with things. Like, it's good on the salad, of course, and everything. But it's a natural antibiotic. A natural penicillin. It doesn't replace a full. If you really got something serious, you're going to have to go to the doctor and get some strong prescriptions, of course, for antibiotics, penicillin. You need to call your doctor for that, or if you have insurance, call and see what they cover on that and everything. But I think that's another reason that men like to hit on older women, and also because older women, short of a medical miracle, most of us can no longer get pregnant anymore. It would be, if I got pregnant at my age, I would literally be a medical miracle. But I actually have seen cases in the world, just a few, once in a blue moon, women over 60 and up to, whatever, And one day I will share my age. In fact, people that know me know my age. And one reason I don't like to talk about my age too, it's, well, I feel like I have a better chance of getting the kind of boyfriend I want if he doesn't know right away my age. Then if he knows my age later, that's okay. Um, but, you know, I am older. I mean, I'm even older than Brad Pitt, and he's no young spring chicken. But I am younger than Kevin Costner by some, you know. I'm not going to go into the details. And I took Telegram and WhatsApp off my phone, and I already had all the other ones off. I had the Hangouts that used to be off and Signal, because once these celeb imposters find out that you no longer can be talked over to Telegram, which is when they really do their little, you know, spin and their little, you know, they love you and all the stuff. And if you're lonely, you'll fall for it. Now, I never had the money for any of them, thank God. And I never really even believed it was them. But yeah, I think it was the, you know, the attention. And also, you know, I found Pitt attractive when I saw him in person a few times, although I didn't really have the courage to really flirt with him or anything, or really go up to him. And it was like in passing, and a couple times I didn't even know it was him until somebody told me. But when I lived out in LA, you see all kinds of people out there. So, and I did meet some other people and talk to them too. But I'm like that with guys that I'm attracted to that aren't celebs. I mean, I really liked this one guy at tennis one time, and I just was so attracted. And I could actually play pretty decent tennis with him, but I could hardly carry on a conversation with him. And you know, for me, that's got to be something odd, because you know, I've got the gift of gab. But yeah, these younger guys that are hitting on older women. First